Hi, it's Danny. I want to welcome you to my channel, to this video, and if you're a returning person, welcome back and thank you for joining me. So I am here today. This is going to be a really quick video, no voiceover, haha, to talk about this bullet journal. This is going to be my thesis bullet journal, and was my kind of gateway. I can't say the word, but my gateway into minimalist planning. So I'm going to be using this journal specifically to navigate my thesis for grad school. So for anybody who doesn't know, I am studying in an English master's program, and particularly I study rhetoric and composition. So this will be my bullet journal that I use to navigate my thesis for my master's. I'm in my final year in the program, and technically I have 2 classes, including the thesis, which is over a year. Technically, yeah, it's well over a year to do a thesis. So here is my planner. This is a Leuchtturm 1917 plain black A5. My other bullet journal, the one that I've been using for the month of May and April, has been Scribbles That Matter B6. And the reason why I decided to go to a Leuchtturm and a bigger space is because I plan to take my notes in this book, and I needed more pages. The quality of the page, I love pages that feels written on, and I heard like there's a lot of ghosting and stuff in this, and that means that the pages aren't like super maximum thick like the Archer and Olive, and I don't like that, and I needed as many pages as possible. So this comes with a 250 pages, 80 GSM, which works for me. I love 80 GSM, 80, 90, 100, maximum 110 to 120 is my favorite GSM paper. The Scribbles That Matter has 110 GSM, which I enjoy. And I wanted to get a Scribbles That Matter A5, but it's kind of dookie. And when I mean dookie, it's like very bulky. Hi, Lita. Lita's over here with her ball. Let me show you. Wait. Oh, Lita. Don't mess up the setup. This is her ball that she chews up. There she goes. Cats. What was I saying? See, that... It's okay. So yeah, I didn't get a Scribbles That Matter A5 because it's dookie, it's very bulky, and while you get, I think it is 240 something pages. No, it's 230 something pages. Hi Lita. Hi. You were ignoring me for like 30 minutes, and now you want to know what I'm doing, huh? Yeah, now's the time. Okay. The Scribbles That Matter has a lot of pages, but the cover and the thickness is crazy. In fact, let me see if I can show you really quick, because I did get it. I did get it because I wanted to... Do I have it over here at my desk? No, I don't. Oh, bugger. Hold on. Monkey feathers. I don't have it over here, and I'm dropping everything. I could have sworn I had it over here. Oh, there it is. Haha. Gosh. So, this is the Scribbles That Matter A5. This is what I was going to use for my bullet journal, and I plan to use it. What I'm going to do is, when this runs out of pages, I'll probably go to this one. But look at the difference. Look at the size difference between the 2 journals. Like, it's crazy. And this bad boy has a page for pen test, which is nice. 232 pages in total. Can you see that? 232 pages, while the Leuchtturm has... Did a little pen test. 250. I used this page as a pen test. So 250, technically 251. And it's much, much, much skinnier. And I wanted to be able to transport it because I'm going to be on campus. So let's get into it. um, I'll probably end up going into the Scribbles That Matter because I love Scribbles That Matter and I love how the pages smell. That's how to get me a lovely scent to the pages. Yum, yum, yum. A little weird, but let me cover that. That's my email address at school. Um, so the Scribbles That Matter comes with index already written for you. It's only 2 pages, and you can see I already started filling it out. And then here is the first page. So I wrote out the thesis timeline. So I just had a meeting with my graduate chair. Technically, it was 2 weeks ago. It was technically exactly 10 days ago. I had a meeting with the graduate chair who gave me and a couple of other students the timetable, the breakdown of what it takes to do a 70-page thesis. And so based on that meeting, I decided to make the bullet journal and to track what I have to do, the tasks that I have to do, and my notes, and keep it all in one place so that I'm as organized as possible. So here are my ideas that I put on a Post-it, and this is the thesis timeline, and the deadline for submission is April 1st. So that's not a lot of time. That's less than a year. So here is the notes from the meeting with my graduate chair, and yeah, these are just the notes I took down, where he pretty much, he told us that a lot of people don't finish it, and he's like, the only reason why you guys want to do this is for a PhD. Like, he was just, I realized that in an undergraduate in New York, my professors were very encouraging of me trying to obtain a PhD. In graduate school, they're very dissuading. Like, they say, like, oh, the market's very terrible for jobs, and it's really difficult. A lot of people don't complete their PhD or their thesis. It's like, wow, dude, like, y'all are supposed to be inspiring. No shade to him, but like, I was just like, ugh, not cool. Anyhow, so I decided to really mark out my thesis timeline. Oh, my thesis time, my thesis timeline by writing the month and the week. And I'll show you how I did this. I wrote the month and the week coinciding with how many weeks I have. Technically, the total of time that I have to do this thesis was 60 weeks. Starting in February by choosing a thesis chair, which I already did. Ask about GTA, that's teaching assistantship, so technically that's not included in my thesis, but it's going to be something that I have to deal with while I do my thesis. Choosing a committee, which I have done. Book list, which I hope to obtain next week. Read the book list, which is going to be during the summer. So while I take a summer class, I'm going to, from the last week or the second to last week of May to September, I'm going to be reading and making notes in this journal and maybe the Scribbles That Matter journal about my readings to create the basis, the literature review for my thesis. And then I have to do a thesis contract, which starts the first week of school, which is the last week of August. And prospectus, which has to be submitted by at least the 4th week of October. So you see the 38th week of the task and events happens, the 38th week is the last week of October, and so the prospectus has to be submitted to my committee by that time. And technically we have a range of September, after the thesis contract is signed, to October. My goal is to have it by the 2nd week of October, the 36th week, but we'll see how that goes. Then I'm going to meet with my department chair at the end of the fall semester. Then I'm going to be doing another progress check in the month of January. During this time, I should also put this in, that I'm going to be writing from when I'm done with my readings, the 2nd week of September up until January. I'm going to be doing my writing. So technically I should be writing every day. That's what they recommend for theses. Is thesis the right word? Who knows? But they recommend writing 1,000 words a day, which is roughly about 1,000 words a day is like roughly 5 pages a day. And is it? 700 words is 3 pages. No, 750 words is 3 pages. Yeah, it's roughly 5 pages, so roughly 5 to 6 pages. So that's the goal, so that by the time I get to the first draft submission, which is in February, starting the first week of February, I'll have a first draft to submit. And I'm supposed to submit that to my committee. Then schedule the defense. Actually, I'm supposed to schedule the defense in January or December, which I should have marked down actually. And then I am going to schedule the defense, which should happen the first week of March. The goal is the first week of March, because then after I do the defense, I have to do revisions. And the revisions take place all through the month of March. And before the end of March, I have to submit the actual thesis to the thesis people on campus. It's not even going to be submitted to my department. It's going to be submitted to another department on campus. So I use this calendar, and this is why I wanted an A5. In a B6, only this amount of the calendar would go through. This way I was able to not only have the months written out clearly, but I was able to put the week of that coincides with it, like on the left hand side, and I highlighted it. So as you can see, the 60th week is April 1st, and I also included the rest of it, but really April 1st is like the deadline, so I have to make sure everything is done by the 60th week. So that's how I broke down the weeks within this long version of my calendar. So these are three very important spreads, and technically I should have put them back to back, but I find it okay to have them split like this. It doesn't matter to me as long as I have the information. And so this is my to read. So when I meet with my thesis chair next week, hopefully she'll give me a list of readings, and I also will come equipped with my own readings that I've been doing. And once she approves of what I've brought to the table, and I write down and I accept what she what she brings to the table, I'm going to write down all the titles and the authors, and then I have this little key here. Oh, actually, it's right side up. P is for print, R is for read, A is for annotated, N is for noted, Q is for quotations, P is for paraphrased, and C is for cited. I'm going to have an ongoing works cited page. And hopefully the thesis board or the thesis people have a specific format that they want done. So hopefully I'll be able to make my working thesis page, my works cited page according to those formats. So that'll be one less thing that I'll have to worry about when I get to, Edge is meowing. I don't know why. Oh, because they're playing. I'll have the works cited taken care of by the time I get to the 60th week. Next spread is my reading schedule. So I was waiting for my class schedule for my summer semester to come out before I create the schedule. I have that schedule now, so I'm going to try to figure out how to format it in this page. And then I have ideas. I'm going to drop ideas that I have regarding this my thesis. Right now I'm studying a specific kind of pedagogy, and I'm going to sketch out my ideas. I haven't written them out yet. I know I have to do that before my meeting with my thesis chair, so this is something I'm probably going to do over this coming weekend, is sketch out some ideas that I want to talk to her about, and we'll discuss it, and I'll also take notes from my meeting in this book. So this is a general brain dump where I put like thoughts that don't connect to anything. Like I'm just going to toss things here. I know I'm going to have multiple brain dumps. Probably, yeah, I'm going to have multiple brain dumps within these journals a lot, because I've written a thesis before as an undergraduate, and there was just a whole bunch of thoughts that I had, and I was using index cards, and I didn't find the index cards very helpful in terms of me writing out my thoughts. And so I made sure, especially my thoughts that didn't really connect with anything, they were just random things that I came up with while I was reading. So I think it's important to continue to have a brain dump. and these are my goals. So I'm studying radical inclusive pedagogy, and I have specific goals with wanting to use this pedagogy in teaching freshman composition, and these are my goals. And the actual goals of the pedagogy, I feel, will probably be different. So I have a page for that as well. And the reason why it's going to be different why it's going to be different is because this pedagogy is actually for it's mostly used in disability studies. And so when they're talking about inclusivity, they're talking about including disabled bodies within able-bodied spaces. And I'm not even sure if I'm being PC. I'm sure there's a better word than able-bodied versus disabled bodies. I actually don't like those phrases, but it is called disability studies. But I again, not a fan. So I'm using this pedagogy to talk about how to teach freshman composition. And so I am marrying a whole bunch of theories and different pedagogies into one to create a new radical inclusive pedagogy that would speak to composition studies. So that's my idea. I don't know if I should be putting it out there on these internet streets, but I'm gonna probably have it written out before anybody can do anything about it. It's gonna be copyrighted. So meh. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, that's my idea. And that's all I have in this journal so far, because again, I created this journal based on the meeting that I had with my department chair, and so I plan on adding more with my meeting with my thesis chair, with the readings that she's going to provide me. I also have to start writing in my own readings, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I hope this was helpful to somebody. I know there's like not a lot of videos or recent videos of people doing theses, graduate thesis particularly. A lot of PhD students out there. Hi, PhD students, but hello, thesis students and graduate students who are trying to navigate these hella lonely waters. So I hope this was helpful to you and beneficial. And I'll be back to, once I add more, I'll be back to show you what I got. And so I want to thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe as you deem fit. Question everything, and I'll catch you on the flips. Bye.